Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has some good news for 2023. According to Fed Chair Jerome Powell, disinflation has now begun with inflation starting to slowly go down. The problem for many consumers is that we're not really feeling it whenever we visit the store, and just so we're not too optimistic, he's also confirmed even more rate hikes for the rest of the year. Do you feel as if we're now finally going to start feeling some relief? Former Israeli Prime Minister Bennett has said that he was blocked in efforts to make peace between Russia and Ukraine. Now, who would do such a thing? Dr. Anthony Fauci makes $50,000 to $100,000 per speaking engagement, and President Biden sends a strong message to China. There is a ton of stuff going on right now, and you gotta watch until the end because this is gonna be a jam-packed episode with information for you guys. Now, before I continue, please take a second, smash the like button for the video. I totally appreciate the support. I know our videos get suppressed, but if you're in need of your daily dose of the truth when it comes to Washington, D.C., global happenings, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, the housing market, the stock market, and everything that affects our lives, our families, and our bank accounts, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you own a home, make sure your greatest investment is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description of this video down below. Naftali Bennett, former Israeli Prime Minister, posted an almost 5-hour interview on his YouTube channel, and it contained one key piece of information that could have changed the entire trajectory of 2022. Check this out.
נגיד את זה בצורה רחבה, אני חושב שהייתה החלטה של המערב לגיטימית, שכרגע צריך להמשיך להכות בפוטין ולא להגיע.
אבל מה זה להכות בפוטין? פוטין ניקה באוקראינה, לא?
שנייה, לא, בסדר, אבל שאל מול, זאת אומרת, הגישה היותר תקיפה, אני אגיד לך משהו, אני לא יודע להגיד שהם שגו.
כי אתה אומר, אולי בריונים אחרים בעולם היו רואים...
העמדה שלי באותו הזמן, בעניין הזה זה לא אינטרס לאומי ישראלי.
כן.
בשונה מקונסוליה או איראן, שאני דואג לישראל, עומד חזק פה, אין לי סי. אני בסך הכל מוציא לפועל ומתווך, אבל הכתובת שלי זה אמריקה בעניין הזה, ואני לא פועל על דעת עצמי. כל פעולה שעשיתי הייתה מתואמת לפרטי פרטים, גם עם ארצות הברית, גם עם גרמניה, גם עם צרפת.
אז הם בעצם חדלו את זה?
בגדול, כן. בגדול הם חדלו את זה, ובאותו זמן חשבתי שהם שוגים.
You gotta wonder, why the need to keep this war going? Who gets the most brownie points and who's actually pulling the strings on this entire thing? Now, if you guys remember, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson also put a stop to a possible peace talk by advising Ukrainian President Zelensky against it. But you gotta wonder why. Why would you advise against it? It's like there's one party who's determined to have a war, and it doesn't seem to be either Russia or Ukraine. What do you guys think about that? That's a little weird. What's the real motive? Follow the money, I always say. Could someone be making a lot of money here? Well, that's just an assumption, and I can't prove that yet. But I do know someone who's making a lot of cash right now, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the world's response to the health crisis that led to government mandates, miracle drugs, heart conditions. He's charging between $50,000 to $100,000 for his speaker fee. It's kind of chunky. Wow. In a now deleted listing, it reads, quote, Anthony is a keynote speaker whose career warrants execution under immense pressure that can alter the course of human existence. His work on domestic as well as global health issues has saved millions of lives. This high level of research, discovery, and execution is amazing given the grave challenges he faces on a daily basis. End quote. Fauci is also listed as a motivational speaker. Although I'm not so sure if he's going to motivate people to get jabbed or wear triple masks in his talks. Would any of you guys be willing to pay up front to hear this guy speak? Let me know if you would in the comments below. Now, someone that has a lot of experience speaking is none other than White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, although it seems as if she's had a lot of trouble recently when asked about the spy balloons from China.
Is this the first Chinese balloon that the U.S. identified flying over U.S. airspace under this administration?
So what I can say is that we have talked about China's balloon program. We have generally on this, the Chinese surveillance balloons program has been around for some time. We even briefed Congress this past August. So I don't have any specific on any other balloon during this president's administration, but there has been a program that has been in effect. We have kept Congress abreast on that. But I don't have anything more to say or to share.
Jean-Pierre is pressed even more about how the Biden administration was able to find out about previous balloons when the Trump administration was in the dark about it. Now, I'm not sure if she actually answered the question here, but here it is.
I think that, and we have talked about this before, about how when the PRC government surveillance balloons transited the continental U.S. briefly, at least 3 times, as you just mentioned, during the president's prior administration, and once that we know of the beginning of this administration's, but never for this duration of time, as we know. This information was discovered prior to the administration left, but the intelligence community, as I said, is prepared to give briefings to key officials. But this is something, post, but this is something that they were not aware of, as we've just laid out. But again, we are ready to brief key officials to let them know what the intelligence community was able to figure out.
And again, she didn't answer the question. Good on the reporter for asking it again. Jean-Pierre then said that she can't provide intelligence information from the briefing room. Man, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with how she handles these questions by never giving an answer. She's like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, just kind of like dodging all the questions, never answering the question. Now, if we needed an answer for China, it seems as if President Biden has got us covered.
Before I came to office, the story was about how the People's Republic of China was increasing its power and America was failing in the world. Not anymore. We made clear, and I made in my personal conversations, which have been many, with President Xi, that we seek competition, not conflict. But I will make no apologies that we're investing to make America stronger, investing in American innovation and industries that will define the future that China intends to be dominating, investing in our alliances and working with our allies to protect advanced technologies so they will not be used against us, modernizing our military to safeguard stability and deter aggression. Today, we're in the strongest position in decades to compete with China or anyone else in the world. Anyone else in the world. And I'm committed. I'm committed to work with China where we can advance American interests and benefit the world. But make no mistake about it. As we made clear last week, if China threatens our sovereignty, we will act to protect our country, and we did.
That last jab at the end was obviously for the shot taken at the Chinese spy balloon. Now, while they continue to talk about China, let's move on to what's happening in our economy. Because let's be real here, that matters a ton more since we feel it every single day whenever we visit like Target or Walmart. Now, if you ask Jerome Powell though, 2023 could be a good year to some extent.
So you need to get to 2%, and your goal to get there is by what period of time would you like to get there?
Well, we say that we're using our tools to get there over time. If you look at our forecasts, we expect 2023 to be a year of significant declines in inflation, and it's actually our job to make sure that that's the case.
Does that give you guys more hope for this year? Or should we instead just keep doing our thing to ensure that we stay afloat for 2023? I'll tell you what, gold is looking more and more attractive. For more information on the best way to invest in gold, check out the link in the description down below. Now, if you ask me, words are great, but actions, they speak a whole heck of a lot louder. Now, if you want to change in your life, you got to do something. You can't just say that you want it and like lay down and just let time pass. And this is why I leave my contacts in the description down below, because I want to help you guys take the lead. Now, if you want to learn more about budgeting, feel free to join us in the Patreon community. If you want to get in investments in the stock market or real estate, if you want to develop multiple streams of income through side hustles and small businesses, you guys know what to do. There's a link for the Patreon community in the description of this video down below. Don't hesitate to get on track to financial freedom. It is not easy, but it's also not impossible. Now, before I go, guys, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up for the video and subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. Appreciate you guys watching. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys on the next video.